So, my most popular video on this channel is Old Narcissist. And it spawned so many comments, it spawned so many questions. So many of you out there shared your stories of dealing with narcissists once they got old. Some of them were your older siblings, some of them were your grandparents, some of them were your parents, some of them were narcissists that you took care of in nursing homes. And it really showed how much pain and suffering these people cause and how much worse they get when they get older. So I wanted to talk about what happens when you're forced to take care of an old narcissist. And most people would say, why are you taking care of your abuser? Why would you take care of someone like this? And there are a lot of different reasons, mainly because, we're trained to honor our mothers and fathers. We're trained to love them, take care of them no matter what they do. We have this strong sense of responsibility for their well being. We just feel guilty if we were to leave them to rot. So you end up in a situation of caring for someone who you really can't stand. And the first thing I want to say is if you can't stand your narcissist abuser, if you despise them, but you're still taking care of them, then don't feel any guilt or shame for your feelings. It's okay not to like someone who hurts you. I need people to let that sink in. It's okay to not like someone who's hurt you. That's how you're supposed to feel. You're not supposed to love someone who hasn't shown you love. So, as always, my advice is to leave if you can. Get away from someone who's abused you, but that's not always feasible, and I understand that. So, I'm going to talk about some tips I've learned from my research on how you can cope and deal if you're in a situation of taking care of an old narcissist. So, if you find yourself in a situation where you have to take care of an old narcissist, most likely this person is going to be a parent or a grandparent. And what's the most difficult thing about having to do this is they're narcissists. So they don't actually care or have any gratitude that you're taking care of them. They expect it. It's their right. It's your duty. You're supposed to do this. Your life doesn't matter. What you have going on doesn't matter. You're supposed to cater their every whim, their every wish. You're supposed to sit there and listen to them bitch about everything that's gone wrong in their life. And oh, woe is me. No matter how many bad decisions they made, no matter how many people they pushed away, no matter how many times they treated you in an ill fashion, no matter how many times they ruined other people's lives, you're supposed to feel sorry for them and the way they are living now. So that's the hardest part that you're going to have to get over. They're not going to show you any type of gratitude. And taking care of people who are older is difficult in the best of circumstances. When they're lovely and nice and grateful, it's still hard. It becomes exponentially more difficult when you're dealing with one of these old narcissists. The next hardest thing about taking care of an old narcissist is who you are. Probably you are the victim of the narcissist in the family. And that's how you end up taking care of them. Because narcissists often have a golden child or somebody who they love more than any other, and they shower upon them and they create another little narcissist in their image. And that person is not going to be anywhere to be found when it comes time to take care of this narc. So you're left after having been victimized by probably both of these individuals to take care of this narcissist. That's the next hardest thing of dealing with this is that all the people that the narcissist did actually treat well because they were either seeking status or money or something from them aren't anywhere to be found, while you, who were given nothing, are left behind to deal with the wreckage of this person's life. No matter how difficult you think it's going to be to take care of this old narcissist, it's going to be 10 times more difficult than you can ever imagine. The first thing you should do, if you can do it, is you need to live separately from the person that you need to take care of. Now, if you have the money to do this, this is great. If you don't have the money, That's perfectly understandable. You're going to need to draw some severe boundaries. You're going to have to do what you weren't able to do when the narcissist was in a controlling place in your life. You're going to have to set up boundaries because just like they didn't have any boundaries when they were young, they have even less once they're older. They feel even more entitled. They're going to use their age, they're going to weaponize it against you. Another terrible thing about having to take care of an old or ill narcissist is the fact that you know deep down in their heart that they wouldn't take care of you if the roles were reversed. And that can be a heartbreaking realization because here you are bending over backwards to do everything possible to make this person comfortable, all the while knowing that they would be gone if the situations were reversed. I mean, it can be extremely painful even to deal with this whole situation because a lot of times narcissists, as they age, they try to deny the fact that they're aging. So they ignore their health issues. They won't go to the doctor. They won't take care of themselves. They just try to stay acting young and pretending they're still this flower of youth. And they don't get screened for various diseases. They don't take care of the little things. And then they expect you to do it, whether it's an aged narcissist or maybe even it's your own kid that was in an accident and now you have to take care of them for some reason, or maybe they're substance abuse issues. No matter what the reason is, you end up having to caregive for a narcissist. You have to draw boundaries. You have to find that inner strength within yourself to say no, because you're in charge now. And that's not saying visit upon the narcissist the abuse that was visited upon you, but it's just refusing to be verbally and emotionally manipulated, refusing to be belittled and put down. It's drawing those boundaries and having a sense of self worth about yourself. They are the key to caregiving for a narcissist. So, my final piece of advice is to sum everything up. Have some realistic expectations of what this is going to be. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be terrible. You're not going to get any gratitude. You're not going to get any validation. You must draw strong boundaries. You must be mentally strong. And if at all possible, hire someone else to do it. Put them someplace not terrible, not nasty, not you taking vengeance on them by putting them in some hole where they'll be abused, but someplace where they'll be okay and where you don't have to deal with them very often. Take care of yourselves. Thank you. Have a wise day.